This is not actually a full video, but I had an experience that I really want to explain it to men, and I want men to understand one thing when it comes to women. Women will make everything make sense to them psychologically before they accept your offer, and especially when a woman is not interested in you, she's always gauging to get a mistake, to get a fault in you, and it doesn't matter if the fault doesn't make sense to her. The fault makes sense psychologically. Now, I had gone for a function in a certain place, so I traveled by bus. Upon coming back, I met with this driver. It was a hectic day. Upon sitting there, the driver started to have a conversation with me. I showed him that I'm not really interested in this conversation. I was so tired, right? You know, I have been to Congo, I have been to Tanzania, I have been to Cameroon, I have traveled. I'm like, that is good for him actually. He has traveled. He couldn't stop talking about the countries, how they are strict. He's soon going to the same countries. He can't settle in this country. I'm like, that makes sense. I'm just listening. He's having a conversation with his male friends. And then after 30 minutes, he removed some money, then he gave his friends. I was like, that was interesting. He tried now to have a conversation with me after giving out money. In my head, psychologically, I'm telling myself, this driver right here is using money or that conversation to bait me. Maybe he's not, but psychologically, I knew that was his game. Reaching a certain pickup point, another guy came in, he sat next to me. He started paying attention to me. This is just a stranger who is also traveling. But remember, this driver has been trying to converse with me. I was tired. Now the stranger is trying to also have a conversation with me. I told him I'm fine. I just want to have a peaceful journey. I am tired. This guy right here now, he started to have a conversation about, just make sure that those 2 plots have been picked and change the number on the envelope from that 8, replace it on the laptop to 42. I'm like, okay, maybe this is his work. And he's dealing with his work, right? Upon this guy having a conversation on the phone, now he hangs up and he tries to converse with me. Now, the driver wants me to communicate with him. The stranger wants me to communicate with him. I'm really tired. I can't take this anymore. Now, the driver asks me, why do women love sugar daddies? Is it because of money? I told him, maybe, I don't know. But it does make sense. Most sugar daddies, they have money. And then he said, I can still love a woman who is single and still have a wife. I'm not actually gauging this guy. I told him, you can have feelings for another lady, but you can't have a relationship. Then he said, no, I can. As far as I can accommodate her. Then something just stuck into my mind. Then I told myself, maybe this driver right here is trying to make a move. And I'm like, I asked him, do you have a wife? Yes. Okay. Can you date right now, even when you have a wife? Then he said, yes. That is when I realized he was just trying to use that language to bait me so that I can date him. When my journey was coming to an end, he was trying to push me so that I can give him my number. I just ignored him because I knew this is the language of men, especially when he doesn't want to commit to you. And the other thing that I know, this is a low value man. Why? You have a wife, you have kids, and you have been using a certain language to bait me. You are trying to outgame pre-selection. I'm just here trying to figure things out. I've been having a very hectic day. The driver had an issue because he wanted his product to be delivered to his place. Apparently, this guy had to help the driver because he was suggesting the driver to use his, and maybe it's a business, I don't know. I can't just understand. The stranger now, he was supposed to end the journey in a different town. The stranger also got out of the bus. The guy followed me, tapped me on the back, and then he wanted me to give him my number. I ignored him. Why did I ignore him? It was weird that he changed where he was supposed to end his journey just to get my number. The second thing, if he really wanted my number and he was genuine, the conversation that he had with his friend on the phone convinced me that he is low value, and maybe the conversation has nothing to do with him approaching me. I never gave him my number because I thought he was also using this call to bait me give him my number, because he was trying to tell me that I am not low value, I am working, so can you give me your number? That is how I processed everything with the driver, with this stranger, and that is how I ignored the driver. I ignored the stranger. It doesn't matter if the conversation that you have on your phone with other people, either physically or on the phone, if it is genuine. Women will make it make sense if you will try to make a move on that lady who is next to you. So I thought maybe I should come and tell men to avoid these mistakes. It doesn't matter if your conversation was genuine. Women will use that psychological understanding to frame you in a zone that you don't belong. Now tell me, guys, I want you guys to be genuine with me. Was that conversation genuine? When he was trying to converse with another person on the phone, and this driver gave out the money and he called someone, talk about the money, and then he had a conversation how many countries he has been traveling. Is it a genuine conversation? I want you guys to tell me in the comment section so that we can all have one understanding that women are always ahead of you psychologically, and everything has to make sense to women. If it doesn't make sense, she's not going to give you a chance. And if it does make sense, let it not put you in a zone or in a frame that you do not belong. I want you guys to help us in the comment section so that women can open up psychologically and not frame men depending on how they act, behave, or they converse with us. Until next time, be safe, take care, let's have peace.